Endeavor bills itself as a global network for high-impact entrepreneurs. It selects, supports, and invests in category-defining companies that are impacting economies around the world. One of these Endeavor companies is Venezuela-based Cashea, a successful buy now, pay later, serving Latin America. Joining me now to share more is Pedro Vallenilla, Cashea's CEO. Pedro, welcome.
Ashley, thank you for having us.
What is Cashea?
Cashea has brought consumer credit back to Venezuela. Today, almost 4% of GDP goes through Cashea, doing north of 2.3 credits per second. And we're zero interest loans for a huge consumer base. Now north of 45% of Venezuelan population have Cashea in their pockets.
All right, how do you differ from other buy now, pay laters in the space?
Cashea, we decided to especially attain countries that are underserved in Latam, starting in our home country, Venezuela. In Venezuela, consumer credit even ceased to exist after hyperinflation, and after Venezuela moved and pegged their currency to the US dollar, there was an opportunity for us to build this zero interest loan and bring back consumer credit back to our country. So we decided to launch Cashea starting in Venezuela. And yeah, as of today, we're serving almost 20,000 locations and over 9 million users.
So for these 9 million users, where is Cashea showing up in their checkout process? Is it, when they're checking out, they'll see, an option to buy now, pay later that then connects them with your company?
Yes, Cashea, you will have two ways for you to interact with Cashea, online or at store. So you go to the Nike store, you go to the Adidas, you go to pay our classes. You have the opportunity to pay with Cashea in installments. You'll pay an initial installment, and then you have opportunities to pay in 2 installments, 3 installments, all the way towards 12 installments. So basically, you will find Cashea at the checkout. It's an easy process. You download an app, and in a few minutes, you are underwritten, have a line of credit, and you can use it in over 20,000 stores nationwide.
Are you essentially in contract with the customer once they agree to your terms?
Correct. Basically, when our customer downloads the app, you get pre-approved a line of credit, and you can use it in our network. Our network, as I was telling you, we're present in over 25 cities, 20,000 locations, and you can use it anywhere Cashea is accepted. So it's a closed loop network that you could use for you to use your line of credit of Cashea. And once you get to a store, if you decide to pay with Cashea, you'll pay an initial installment, and the difference you'll pay it in interest-free installments, and it depends on what you buy. Cashea started to be used as to buy your cell phone, to buy a pair of glasses, to go back to school. Now Cashea is used on everyday life. You use your Cashea at supermarkets, pharmacies, but you use Cashea as well to buy a computer, to buy something that you need to plan for things in time. And we've been working towards how to build better products, not only buy now, pay later, but how do we become top of wallet? How do we get into payments? How do we become this financial provider of choice for Venezuelans?
All right, and what impact do you hope that Cashea has on this area in Latin America?
Hopefully for us, when we talk about credit, we talk about trust. And credit is not widespread. You got populations that continues almost 70-80% that do not have access to formal credit. What we do believe is that with technology, we're able to offer a credit solution in masses, interest-free, that can accompany and build amazing credit products to a population that does not access. So we do believe that by accessing and giving widespread access to credit in countries where it plainly does not exist, technology has played an amazing role for it to happen, and we believe that credit is a stepping stone of every economy, and it's the way we build back trust.
Why don't certain populations have access to credit, and what is the impact on a population when they do get access to credit?
It's impressive, the differences. It's a story about Sofia. It's a story about this mom that had the opportunity to buy those pair of glasses to take Sofia back to school the day later. The ability for them to plan their lives, to have financial products that accompany their goals in life. And when you're able to give population not only credit, but access to good credit products that are very ethical, driven, and in a way executed for them to help them grow, it's an before and after. As of today, we're doing, as I was telling you, north of 2.5 credits per second. We expect to go all the way north of 3 credits per second by the end of the year. And there's not over 50 million histories that have been written around the stories as Sophia, as of the likes. We recently had this amazing story about this family that needed to do a biopsy for them to understand what it could potentially happen to their dad. Thankfully, everything went okay, but having that opportunity, giving that hope back to a family that was in disarray, trying to understand, am I healthy? Am I okay? And having them their opportunity to give those exams and give hope, and at the end, confidence and trust to that family again. It's a pleasure of a lifetime just to build those products and to tell those stories.
This family was able to get a biopsy with the buy now, pay later Cashea app. Amazing. And those are the stories that that are being told every day. And what we're trying to do is reduce that gap, a gap that in countries, and especially in underserved LATAM, that gap continues to be huge. In over 80%, from 70 to 80% do not have access to formal credit. Why are you an Endeavor entrepreneur?
For us to be an Endeavor entrepreneur is to be part of a community that is trying to drive through companies and through technology change. And at the end, for us, Endeavor has become more than a network. It's become a peer group that helps us to relate with founders that are living through the same process. At the end, everybody congrats us. So, hey, great company, you're building this amazing thing. But you're going through this process, and it's very lonely, sometimes building these companies. And Endeavor, apart from the network, apart from amazing connections, apart from this global network, I believe that being very human and going through that process is something that I truly admire about Endeavor, and makes me so happy to be part of this community.
Pedro, thank you so much for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange and for sharing Cashea's mission.
Gracias, Ashley.